69% on the year on fourth down, fourth best in the NFL. They need three. Hurts runs out of the pocket, looking for a deep. Devontae Smith, one-hander. Is he in? He's got it. First and goal, Philadelphia.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
No.
What happened?
Not a catch. Not a catch.
Well,
Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
History will indicate that it is a catch.
I know it will, but I don't, that's part of what I'm trying to get at here. Like,
well, then get at it.
I don't want
Quit beating around the bush all the damn time.
I think black and white thinking is not for me. How about that?
That's fine.
Okay.
I also want to just point out that what happens, and even if you think that it is right or wrong, fair or unfair, it goes down as having happened.
Yeah, I understand
so that goes down as having been a catch.
Oh, I don't ever want to. By the way, you're never going to hear this from me. Unfair. Oh, gosh, no. If the Niners get their butts kicked, they get their butts kicked. I'll come in here. I'll tell you I was wrong. There's 1,000 different things that could happen here.
What about that Saints game, famously, where everyone thought that it was pass interference?
Well, it was.
Well, history will show that it was not pass interference.
Okay, this is something that you and I have had many, many debates on through the years.
Bouts. We came to blows.
Well, it's just it is a difference of the way we look at things, and that's fine. Like I'm not willing to move on in life with just it happened.
Right.
And that's the end of the story. It's like, I don't know, I enjoy storytelling too much to just accept that and be like, yes, it happened, therefore it's fact. Devontae Smith is one example. He didn't catch the ball. Yes, statistically he did.
It's a catch.
But he didn't.
Right.
And that's part of the story for me, and that's fine. It's not about excuses or boo-hoos, as Hassan Reddick would. It's none of that.
I love it, Hassan.
It's none of that, because I look at the Eagles' schedule, quite frankly, as a very, very good indicator of what I'm talking about. Look, because of what we do for a living, because I love it, because I've got a show the second these games end, I watch them all. And maybe this doesn't matter to you, matters to me. Maybe you look at this as a compliment of the Eagles, and I can see that. But here's something I'm ready to tell you. They have been outplayed in more than one of their wins. Like, outplayed.
Right. Okay.
Now, they won those games. If you want to black and white that, great, do it. I get it. And there is a compliment hidden in there, which is that sometimes you got to find a way to win when you don't have your best pitch. Right. Or when you're down, you got to come back. It's what the Niners have not done. So there's a compliment in there. But I also am going to use that as a factor in the way I assess a team, because I think there's only so many times you can do that throughout a year. And so I do not feel in my gut that the Philadelphia Eagles are one of the top 2 teams in football.
Okay.
They're not. I think the Niners are.
They don't have to be.
No, they don't.
They don't have to be any better than any other team in football other than the Niners on Sunday. That's the only team they have to be better than on Sunday.
Right.
And in terms of
have to be that
black and whiting, it's not up to me to black and white anything. And I can look at every single game that the Eagles play, and I can look at it and say, they're 10-1. Did they play better than their opponent in 10 of those 11 games? It doesn't matter. They scored more points and they won the game. And so it matters to me in terms of how we look at this game and how we look at who we think is going to win this game. And when you look at this game, the Niners might outplay the Eagles again and
lose. It's totally possible.
And so it's not up to me to black and white it. They have rules that allow for points to be scored in certain fashions. And if the Eagles score more points and they win the game, then they win the game.
I understand.
And it doesn't matter if you outplay the team. This is not figure skating or boxing or rhythmic gymnastics where we get to decide if the Russian judge is screwing us.
Okay, but you'll answer this question correctly 1,000 times in a row. If I ask you, okay, you know this about me. Am I a process guy or a results guy?
You're a process guy.
There you go. So it matters to me because I'm not for me, this is my brain. I would find it boring to just, like, is Monday? Well, that's what happened.
Of course not.
End of the show. No, but
we're not going to run from the fact that if Philadelphia wins, that they get the win.
I don't. That's funny to me in sports media. The whole are we running from it? You and I aren't playing. There's no
right.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about, and there's nothing to peacock about. No matter what the hell happens on Sunday, I'm not taking credit for a win, nor am I taking embarrassment out of a loss. I'm going to be on my couch. I have no effect over this whatsoever.
Sure.
I'm going to analyze things as I see them every single week, and as I see this from a number of different angles throughout this season, the 49ers are a better football team than the Eagles, ... We'll see what happens next, and I'll tell you how I feel on Monday, and then we'll keep talking about it every month.
Of course.
Till we get to February. So that's all I'm saying, and I think that's where you and I have a full understanding of that. You're a little bit more of a results-driven person than I am. I'm a little bit more of a process-driven person than you are.
I'm all about the process, but I also take more heed to what the result is as opposed to the process, because the process is great and the process is very important, but ultimately it's the result that matters. The process has to be good in order to produce the result. You don't find your way to 8-3 with a bad process. You don't find your way to 10-1
no.
with a bad process. The Eagles aren't 10-1 because they're lucky.
No.
And I'm not saying that you're saying that, because there is some luck to having the Bills not connect on a wide open game-ending touchdown, or the Chiefs dropping a touchdown that would have turned a game, or having your kicker drill a 59-yarder in tough conditions. It's maybe a 1-5 or a 1-10 proposal.
For him, it's like a 5 for 5.
Whatever it is, there are certain things that have, quote, gone their way. In their process has been the same, no matter what, but the result has been better based on some of the things in their process breaking better than it might have broken their way.
I think you make some of your own luck. There's no doubt about it. By the way, there's going to be some luck involved here. Good luck to each and every one of you at 5:30 today, because we've got a pair of tickets to see comedian Sebastian Maniscalco at Chase Center. He has been one of the hottest comics out there for the last couple of years, and he is coming to San Francisco in 2024, and we've got tickets. In fact, we've got 4 pairs of his tickets to the show, which will be on August 18th next year, 5:30 today. 4 pairs just today, right here on Willard and Dibs. Make sure you're listening at 5:30 for details and for your chance to win. By the way, also, if you haven't already, I want you to subscribe to Willard and Dibs on the free Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcast. While you're there, make sure you check out The Morning Roast and Howard Eskin, Steiny and Goo with Emmanuel Acho. Great conversations that happened yesterday leading up to this very, very big matchup.